Birmingham Made Me 2013 is almost upon us. The Expo will showcase the best of design in and around a city that's known all over the world as a centre of creative excellence. Staged over 2 weeks at the city's Millennium Point, it'll feature giant interactive projections, a display of the region's world-beating designs, and even a surprise product launch. This year, the emphasis is on the crucial role that design is playing in kickstarting economic growth. Once again, the driving force behind the Expo is Beverley Nielsen, Director of Employer Engagement at Birmingham City University. But this year, there's a new chairman, Marek Reichman, Director of Design at Aston Martin. Beverley's been down to the carmaker's Warwickshire headquarters to meet the man with possibly the coolest job in the world of design.
What's the most exciting thing about being Director of Design here at Aston Martin, and could you tell us a little bit about some of the highlights of your career to date?
It's a boyhood dream at the end of the day. As a designer, to work for an iconic brand like Aston Martin is very, very special for me. And I still don't think of it as a job. I have to pinch myself every day and think, I'm actually going to design an Aston Martin today. Throughout the time period I've been here since '05, we've done the first four-door Aston Martin, we've done the most expensive, most powerful Aston Martin. So more and more products, more and more ideas because of the studio and the place that we're in.
What advice would you give to young designers looking to make their career in design today?
You've got to have a passion and believe in what your design ethos is. And you need an ethos. You need to have something different to everyone else. At the end of the day, you're hired as a designer because you're thinking slightly different to someone else. And that doesn't mean you alienate everyone, but you need to then, that's the marketing bit of design, if you like. You need to tell everyone that this is a different, good idea, and you need to explain that idea. So again, communication through hand drawing, communication verbally, very, very important for the designer of today.
What does this year's centenary mean to you at Aston Martin?
We're probably the smallest automotive manufacturer that's hit 100. That's because we do have a very strong ethos, power, beauty and soul, and everything we do is managed around that. In fact, in 100 years we've made around 60,000 cars only, which is about the weekly production of probably the Nissan plant in the north of England. So in 100 years, only 60,000 cars. The majority of those cars, say 60% of them, were all actually made in the last 10 to 12 years. So you can see the kind of growth that the company's going through, and we will keep diversifying in terms of the product and producing new product to keep going for another 100 years.
How important is design to us as a region in terms of our competitiveness?
Here in the Midlands, I mean, there are a breadth of different sectors that design is involved in, whether it's manufacturing, individual design houses, silversmithing, jewellery, cutlery making. In fact, at Aston Martin, we have a very, very famous company that we use in the jewellery quarter that makes our badges still. And our badges, the emblem, is a piece of jewellery for us. And we wanted a manufacturer and a designer of jewellery to actually make that part. And it's an enamelled part made in a very, very traditional process. So there is a breadth and a depth of industry here and manufacturing and companies that are using the Midlands and the talent that exists in the Midlands. So a very, very important area. Design is one of the keys that we have to success in many ways, because it's not just the visual side of how something looks. It's making it leaner to manufacture. It's thinking about the environment in terms of recyclability or the sustainable materials that you're using. So it's encompassing all of those things as a designer and what design brings to the world. So it's vitally important that design can really make the difference between good and bad product. I mean, we can see it through products like Apple. That Apple, through design, yes, there's software there and there's hardware, but design is really what has promoted Apple to be the success that it is.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about what it means to you to be involved with Birmingham Made Me this year as our chairman.
I mean, I'm really happy, actually quite proud that I was asked, and it's an honour, so it's really good. Obviously, anything that promotes good design and that talks about design in an area is very, very important to me, and I think, as I say, there is so much to draw on within the Midlands to look at how things were made, how they were manufactured, and how we move forward, because again, at the end of the day, design is about making things, and that's very, very important. Now here in the Midlands, we've got some great companies, great brands that are based here, from the automotive sector all the way through to hi-fi through to fine engineering, and it's all in this area, and it's really, really important to promote all of that.
Marek Reichman, thank you very much indeed.